I mean, just look at this. There's really nothing quite like it. I mean, passively sitting in farming, potentially solving world hunger by getting all these crops in the first place. I mean, it truly is just remarkable. There's nothing more serene and melancholy than just sitting down, relaxing, and doing some farming, which is why it's the best skill in the game. I mean, just look at it. Even in its beginner stages, it's just so passive and calm. Farmers hard at work gathering food to potentially solve world hunger for the skyblock world. And look at it, the animals in the background, completely alive, because farmers, it's just not in their nature to go around and destruct things, just like every other skill. I mean, take the other occupations in our world. I mean, look at this, the destruction of our ecosystem, the destruction of the living beings within said ecosystem. I mean, my goodness, even just the basic roots of what makes up our world. But what has farming done for our world? Well, as stated previously, it solves world hunger, it contributes to our infrastructure, and arguably most important of all, it contributes passively and positively to the economy around us. I mean, with all these positives, how could you say it's not the best skill in the game? And most importantly of all, how do you even get started in this line of work? Well, like all things, everybody has to start somewhere, and there's no greater place than the hub barn to start off your beginning farming adventures. I mean, take this guy Arthur over here. He generously leaves his farms wide open, allowing anybody to take the valuable resources inside that they can farm themselves, or they can just have the minion farm for them, and anybody can claim this at any given time. Of course, with permission. There's also a variety of ways to equip yourself with the task, and the most ideal and common choice for most people is the piss armor. And when you get good enough, you can talk to Jacob over here and participate in his farming contest. And you might be thinking, well, it's a contest, you know, this might incite some aggression, some competitive nature. And while competitiveness is good, this is about farming the most crops in a set amount of time. So naturally, of course, this being about farming, this would never incite any type of violence or controversy or any other negative emotions that derive from any of the other skills. I mean, look what I just got here from all that. I got a medal for my hard work and dedication, I got a book, and then I got a tag for a carnival that is not going on right now. And inevitably, with enough skill and dedication, you can eventually make your way here to the garden where Sam over here just casually gives you the garden that she was supposed to maintain, and now you have to maintain it because of reasons. But I mean, look at this. We get to help out the community around us. We also contribute to rid the world of the most peskiest and insignificant pests in the world, such as earthworms. We get to throw away perfectly good material into a composter and get to make compost out of it, and eventually build it out enough to truly make something magical. On top of the drippiest drip of them all, it's really hard to argue that farming is indeed the best skill in the entirety of Hypixel Skyblock. So with all these great things in mind, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, that sounds really cool, but like, what's the incentive? What's the end game goal of this? What am I actively working towards if I farm for hours on end of the day? Well, you get to serve visitors until the end of time, or if you really don't value your life whatsoever, you can spend an eternity in the fields farming away, and like I said before, just basically solving world hunger. I mean, take me for example. I was once a lowly farmer just like everyone else until I worked hard and I eventually got this mega mansion that I use every single day of my life. Yep, this is very much true, and not because I reached any kind of milestone or anything like that. So what do we think? Does there exist a more perfect skill? Well, of course, absolutely not. Farming is by far the best skill in this game. It's the one that, you know, okay, maybe takes the most time commitment, but it's fun. It's just truly remarkable to just sit in the fields hours on end and just farm. Think of all the things that you can do in that time. You can watch a movie, you could do literally anything else, but at the same time you could also be farming when you're doing those things. It's just truly remarkable. I mean, I don't know, farm on your first date, farm during your marriage, farm during your funeral, because farming will literally take you that long to get complete. I apologize for that. I don't know what came over me there, but like I was saying, farming is the best skill in the entire game. Don't even, it truly is the most factual of facts that have ever been said before. There is absolutely no flaws to farming whatsoever, and yeah, with that in mind, it's a solid just 10 out of 10. Phenomenal skill. What can I say, to say the least? And anyways, I'm going to be doing more productive things with my time, such as, I don't know, grinding slayers or dungeons or doing anything else with my life. I mean,